Now, some of the bigger debate, because it's not today we are starting this debate with NLC. I've been called names before. I don't care. Let them call me whatever they want to call me. Part of the issue that will be raised, okay, it's Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission not setting the salaries of all governors and public servants. Yes, they are doing, but is that the right thing? It's not the right thing as far as I'm concerned. If Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission is setting up a benchmark, they can set it a benchmark, but it does not stop a state government to rework and set up their own priorities. And these are the things, if there are things in the Constitution that tie states to what Revenue Mobilization and Fiscal Commission is doing, then we have to review that. It's either we have federalism or we don't. We can't choose and pick. And I am arguing that if Labour apply itself correctly to negotiate a number of the issues, including negotiating how to fight corruption in this country. Because part of the frustration, we imagine the only corrupt people in this country are elected people and appointed political leaders. But go and check our people in the civil service. In fact, my argument, I have said this over and over again, most of our political leaders are being oriented by people in the civil service. They are being tutored how to steal money without being traced by people in the civil service. The only way we can get a handle to deal with that is if organizations like NLC, TUC, will give their backing in such a way that their members are in line. But today, it is possible if you catch anybody who is a member of NLC or TUC in corrupt practices, you can hear that Labour coming in to negotiate and whatnot. So there has to be some form of understanding between political leaders and leaders of organizations like Labour. They have a vital role to play. We are not going to negotiate the future of this country in the streets. Any sensible agreement, even the agreement on minimum wage, it wasn't contracted on the street. A legislator, like I said in that paper, he was just being passionate because he believed that problem needs to be solved. He tabled it. What is the procedure? First hearing, second hearing, it goes to committee stage. Labour being an interested party, can't it prepare to go to that committee stage at the level of public hearing to engage it? Assuming even if they lose at that level, what is the next step? Assuming it is passed, where does it go to? Does it become a law? It doesn't become a law. It goes to the president for assent. And even at that level, Labour can invoke its own capacity to negotiate, lobby, and ensure that some of these things are done. But this, our democracy cannot develop. We cannot be paralyzing ourselves. At one point, we want democracy to give us what we want. At some other point, we don't want it to function. What is the business of a National Assembly member if they cannot propose a bill? They propose a bill, then we go to the street to fight them. If anything, I am complaining the number of bills are not sufficient in terms of what we hear they earn. In fact, if you ask me, I want a situation where it should be 24/7. Their business every time they are there locked, considering bills. But because that is not the case, there are few bills. Even the few bills, we want to shoot them down. We don't want them to say. That is why we can have only 3 legislative days. Tuesday to Thursdays. The rest of the days, they are not here, or whatever they are doing. So I think, and this is my point, Labour need to wake up and come back to their senses. We have fought for this democracy, and when I say we, it includes Labour. We today have this democracy. I think it is contemptuous of the democracy for us to say a section of the democracy should not function, should not do their job. I think we should engage them. Whoever is advising NLC to imagine that the only business they have is to protest. I want to be able to engage. I mean, I released my document on Sunday, isn't it? Till today, outside some of the things I got privately from some of them, they are accusing me of being sponsored by a governor and whatnot. It's not just a governor. I have 20 governors that are sponsoring me, and I don't, if I have the knowledge, I'm proud, I mean, I'm happy to be able to have the knowledge that will attract their, all the consideration of being sponsored. I want to be able to do something, and I believe the future of this country is about negotiating these issues. We can all be passionate. I have respect for NLC leadership, I have respect for TUC leadership, but my advice to them is that they have better capacity in getting things done. In fact, this country is where it is because they are not really applying themselves in the right direction. Like I said in that paper, and I've seen some of you say I demanded 100,000. I have not demanded any 100,000. I'm saying that if we sort out the problem of this country, minimum wage cannot be less than 100,000. And sorting out the problem of this country means that we must address the problem of productivity. The total number of membership of NLC, and I'm being generous, is not more than 20,000. For the whole country, it's not more than 20,000. I left NLC in 2006. At the time I left NLC, the total number of membership was about 4,000. But I'm giving it to them because they have organized new sectors, there are new areas, so it's possible they have risen to 20,000. But that is a critical mass. It's a very critical mass. But they need to be guided, they need to be led properly. It's not about lying to them. You come on the street, you want to know, assuming every government pay 30,000, is that the solution of the workers? It's not the solution of the workers. So nobody should deceive anybody. Labor, we all have so much to do in this country. And I think the earlier we wake up to it, the better. It's not about dancing in the street. It's not about dancing in the street. So they should develop their capacity, and I'm saying they have lied by saying that people proposing that minimum wage and labor issues should be moved to the concurrent list, that they don't want national minimum wage. I had the NLC president, which is a disappointment, arguing that once it's not negotiated at national level, it means it's not a national minimum wage. I am saying you can still negotiate it at national level. It's the methodology that is important, because you are looking for a benchmark which everybody should be able to pay.